In this video I'm going to show you some of the basics of Easy Interactive Tools beyond just writing on it like a digital whiteboard. So I'm going to start by launching the software here, and it gives me this menu every time. If you want to click down here, it'll stop that from popping up each time. But I'm just going to go into my whiteboard. I've got my basic drawing tools over here with shapes, text boxes. As soon as I create one, a keyboard will pop up on the screen. Different pens that are already in there, different colors. I can change right here, as well as the thickness of the lines, all that stuff. And then anytime I create a drawing, if I want to be able to move it and interact with it, I need to be the cursor. So then I've got different options there with layering, copy paste, infinite clone, or duplicate. I can also rotate the shape if I need to, move it around, resize it if I needed to, all that good stuff. Okay, up here you have your different pages that you can create. Add new page, you can duplicate a page, delete a page. If you want to see thumbnails of all of your pages so you can more easily navigate back and forth between them, you can do that option there. You also have your more tools up here where you can enlarge on an area. Spotlight, if you want to focus on just certain things, you can reshape that as well. And actually, let me add something so it actually makes sense here. So I'm going to go to Insert Image, and from my desktop, I've got an image there. So here's an image of an animal cell. So let's show you here. So again, to enlarge on an area, it pops it out as a separate window. I can talk about it and then delete it or close that window. I can also do the spotlight again here. So if I want to move the image around, I can resize the spotlight as well. But if I want to focus on specific things one at a time, I can do that. I can also, let's see here, I can do a shade. So if I want to reveal only little pieces at a time, I can do that. And somewhere in the settings you can adjust it so that this is solid, so you can actually see through it. And I will have to find where that is here. You can also print this page if you'd like. Here's some other settings that you can customize. You can also capture your whole board and then paste it back on here, so you get two of them if you'd like. You can also bring up your keyboard if you want to use it in annotation mode, which I'll show you that as well. So for example, here is an animal cell, but let's say we also want to compare it to a plant cell. So I'm going to start by clicking on annotation mode, which then gives me access to my desktop. In order to interact with my desktop, though, I have to be the mouse. Okay, so let's say now I'm in a Google search and I'm going to look for plant cell. And I'm going to move my window over here. Let's say I like this one right here. I'm just going to simply click and drag it over here. And then I'm going to go back into my whiteboard mode, go back to Other Tools, Insert Image, select Desktop. That was called Search 1 here. Open it up. And depending on how you get it off the internet, it might be super blurry. Another option for that is to actually click on the object. Oh, again, got to be the mouse here. Actually click on the object to enlarge it, and then drag it off to the side there. We'll see if that looks a little better here. So go back in, insert image, desktop again, plant cell structure, there we go. So, oh yeah, that looks way better. So again, I can resize that if I need to. Let me get rid of this one. And there you go. So now I can interact with these items. I can highlight different parts if I need to. I can write using the board if I needed to, fill in the different names of the organelles. And then if I want to save this whole thing as a presentation, I can go up here to the Save button, or anytime I try to exit out, it's going to prompt me to save anyway. You can click Yes. And look at that, the keyboard pops up right again. So let me just call this Test Presentation. And then once it is saved, actually I want to switch where I'm going to save it to here. If I switch it to my desktop, I could then upload that file, which is an EIT file, to Google Drive. Now I can't open it within Google Drive because it doesn't speak to the internet, it speaks to the software. So I could upload it to Google Drive, and then I could download it from Google Drive to then open it again. Now obviously if it's saved on your device, you're just going to open it on your device, but this is a great way for you to share your lessons with other teachers. They download it from Google Drive, and then it opens in their easy interactive tools. So another great use for it. Okay, but that's just kind of the basics to start you off.